Trade Commission should investigate the publication of the video game Grand Theft Auto San Andreas.
Welcome to
GTA San Andreas is one of my favorite games of all time.
And Los Santos neighbors get no sleep.
But man, looking back at all the scandals and outrage this game caused back in the early 2000s, releasing it today would cause people to lose their minds. I mean, even the US Congress had to get involved. So today I want to take a trip back to 2004, a year when Rockstar Games changed everything, and take a look at why this game was considered a masterpiece and also why it could not get released today.
Oh shit, here we go again.
I was pretty late to San Andreas, playing it when I was in middle school in the early 2010s. My mom wouldn't let me get the game, so I mainly played it at my friend Nick's house. And man, did it really blow my 12-year-old brain. So what made San Andreas so damn good? Coming off SOCOM, US Navy SEALs, Need for Speed, and sneak playing Resident Evil 4 at night, I'd only ever followed a single objective in a linear map with clear start and end points. Even though they were great games, I just felt constrained at times. But GTA San Andreas was different. Right off the bat, you can do pretty much anything but the first mission. What truly set the stage for this unprecedented freedom, what made anything feel so limitless, was the world. First off, let's talk about the sheer scale. San Andreas blew my mind. Rockstar didn't just give us a city to play with, they gave us an entire fucking state as our playground. The state of San Andreas based loosely on California and Nevada. You had Los Santos, this sprawling, smoggy recreation of Los Angeles. It captured everything. The ghettos of Ganton and East LS where CJ's story begins. The iconic Vinewood, which was pretty much based on the real Hollywood location. The busy downtown and the relaxed beach areas. It felt huge and alive from the moment you started pedaling that bike. And the genius was, it didn't stop there. The story pushes you out of Los Santos and suddenly the map just opens up in a way that felt revolutionary. As a kid, the right term wasn't revolutionary, it was holy shit. Who else here tried to cross San Fierro and Las Venturas only to get 4 stars as a reward for exploration? That's the Rockstar magic. One moment I might be shooting the ballas, and then another the entire fucking US military is on my ass. GTA San Andreas really embodies the quote, "The world is your oyster." And then you hit San Fierro, the game's take on San Francisco, completely different oyster. The fog rolling in, those insane hills messing with your driving, the trams, the Gantt Bridge, and then the desert, and Las Venturas, the dazzling, corrupt, neon-soaked oyster version of Las Vegas. Casinos you could actually walk into, gambling, and eventually even rob. 3 massive, distinct cities, each feeling unique, connected by miles of explorable countryside, deserts, forests, rivers. It was unbelievable for a game released in 2004. But what's even more unbelievable is this, the entire cast. Because what's holding this massive world together was the storyline and its incredible characters starring Carl C.J. Johnson. I've never played much of GTA 3 and Vice City, so I can't really comment much about them, but to me personally, CJ felt different, more human, more relatable. He comes back to Grove Street for his mom's funeral after 5 years away, trying to leave the gang life behind.
His mom, she's dead, bro.
That's already a more compelling setup. But immediately, he's dragged back in, framed by the instantly corrupt cops of Crash, led by the terrifying Officer Tenpenny, voiced by the legendary Samuel L. English motherfucker do you speak it Jackson. He finds his old Grove Street family's gang weakened, losing ground, his brother's suite blaming him for leaving. The story had real stakes. It explored themes of family, loyalty, betrayal, corruption, and the struggle to escape your circumstances, trapped by the system that created them. That mission, when you realize your own homies, Big Smoke and Ryder, sold you out, that was something else. It was a genuine shock that changed everything. CJ's journey from that point, exiled, working for crazy characters like Catalina, building new alliances with the stoic Caesar Vipando, and arguably one of the best GTA characters, Woozie. It felt like an epic story that had meaning, and there were so many personalities that elevated the story, like Big Smoke's philosophical food orders that hinted at his insatiable greed, or Woozie's calm competence despite being blind. And Tenpenny, one of the greatest assholes in gaming history, utterly despicable, but captivating every time he was on screen.
You sold us out!
I couldn't wait to finally bring this bitch down. The writing managed to blend the trademark GTA humor with genuine drama so well. San Andreas was and still is a masterpiece, but let's put on our 2025 glasses. Could Rockstar drop this exact game today? Honestly, the cultural landscape had shifted drastically. The parts of San Andreas that were just considered edgy back then would likely cause a massive meltdown now. San Andreas was raw, unfiltered. To capture that gritty, street-level feel of the early 90s LA gang culture influenced by movies and music of the time, Rockstar went all in on the language. The dialogue was absolutely filled with racial slurs. The N-word is used constantly and casually by many characters, especially within the GSF crew. Other derogatory terms targeting Hispanic, Asian, and other groups are frequent throughout the dialogue, and especially the satirical talk radio shows. Back in 2004, the defense was authenticity or satire. It was reflecting the time, the place, the characters. But imagine that launching today, a flagship AAA game from a global publisher filled with constant N-bombs and other slurs. Forget about it. GTA 5 came out at a time when people weren't as sensitive as they are today, and they still took a lot of shit for it. Now, imagine San Andreas dropping today. The internet would erupt. Twitter threads, YouTube condemnations, news articles. It would be instant and overwhelming. The only platform that would accept this game would be Instagram Reels. And it goes beyond just the slurs. The game leans hard into stereotypes. The main narrative revolves around Black and Latino gangs, GSF, Ballas, Vagos, Aztecas, whose existence is defined by crime, turf wars, poverty, and violence. While CJ's story is about more than that, the world presented heavily associates these minority groups with criminality. Nowadays, that kind of thing would get a lot of shit, because it didn't really show people from those communities succeeding outside of crime. The whole conversation would be about representation and whether focusing only on the bad stuff just feeds old stereotypes. Think about characters like OG Locke, the terrible wannabe rapper. His entire character is built on stereotypes for comedic effect.
It's OG Loke, homie! OG Loke!
Even the triads, while led by the awesome Woozy, operate within familiar tropes of Asian organized crime. Even the rural characters often fall into ignorant hick stereotypes. The rawness that felt groundbreaking then could easily be perceived as simply racist and insensitive now. And ultimately, releasing it as is would be likely a PR nightmare. But this doesn't compare to the last reason GTA San Andreas could not be released today. I mean, this scandal was so bad that this is what the US Congress had to get involved for. This wasn't just edgy, this was hidden, explicit material that blew up spectacularly. I'm talking, of course, about the infamous hot coffee mod. So what was hot coffee? In the standard game we all bought, CJ could date several different girlfriends, get the relationship level high enough, and after a successful date, she might invite him inside for coffee, aka sex. The camera would stay outside of the house, maybe shake a bit, you'd hear some muffled suggestive sounds, and that was it. Implied, not shown. This allowed the game to get its crucial M for mature 17+ rating from the ESRB. However, hidden deep within the game's code on all platform versions, Rockstar had developed and left in a fully functional interactive sex minigame. If unlocked, instead of fading to black, CJ would enter the girlfriend's bedroom and a basic rhythm-based minigame would start where the player controlled CJ's thrusting to fill an excitement meter. It's basically a God of War minigame. Why was it there? Reports suggested Rockstar president Sam Houser wanted this explicit content initially, pushing boundaries as always, but they knew it would guarantee an AO for adults only 18+ rating, which is commercial suicide for console games since major retailers won't stock them. So they disabled the code, making it inaccessible through normal play. Crucially, they didn't remove it, likely due to time constraints, they just locked it away. Then came the PC release in June 2005. The modding community naturally started digging. A Dutch modder, Patrick Wildenberg, I think that's how you pronounce it, found the dormant code and released a simple patch, the hot coffee mod, that reactivated it. Suddenly, anyone with the PC version and the mod could access this explicit minigame. Soon after, methods using cheat devices emerged for consoles too, and then the scandal erupted. The discovery hit mainstream news, CNN, Fox News, newspapers worldwide. It ignited a moral panic. Politicians like then Senator Hillary Clinton seized on it, calling for federal investigations into game ratings and sales practices. It became Exhibit A for critics claiming the game industry was irresponsible and harmful to children despite the M rating. Rockstar and their parent company Take-Two Interactive initially tried to blame the modders, issuing statements implying they had somehow created the content. This backfired spectacularly when the technical analysis proved the minigame was original developer code merely unlocked. The ESRB, feeling deceived because Rockstar hadn't disclosed the hidden content during the rating process, launched an investigation. Their conclusion was bad. The presence of the dormant, fully functional AO level content meant the M rating was invalid. In July 2005, they re-rated San Andreas AO, or adult only. The fallout was massive. Retail giants like Walmart and Target immediately pulled the game from shelves. Australia banned it entirely. Rockstar was forced to scramble, releasing a patched second edition dubbed Cove Coffee with the code completely removed to regain the M rating. Take-Two faced multiple class action lawsuits and an FTC warning, costing them millions in settlements and legal fees. The incident led to much stricter ESRB disclosure rules, demanding publishers reveal all content even if locked, with hefty fines for non-compliance. Now, imagine that controversy happening today, in our era of instant viral outrage being cooked on social media and intense shareholder pressure. A hidden sex minigame in one of the biggest games on earth, it would be an extinction level event for the PR department. The legal battles, the stock crash, the brand damage, it would be exponentially worse than in 2005. The hot coffee scandal fundamentally changed how games are rated and disclosed, and it stands as perhaps the single biggest, most concrete reason why the original San Andreas, exactly as it shipped, simply couldn't risk existing today. So yeah, GTA San Andreas, what a game. Truly one of my favorite games of all time, and a landmark title that pushed boundaries in terms of scale, storytelling, and player freedom. It defined a generation of gaming for so many of us. But those same boundaries it pushed, the raw language, the cultural stereotypes, the hidden content that blew up into a massive scandal, are exactly why I doubt it could get released today. Not exactly like that. The cultural climate right now, the industry standards, the level of scrutiny are just so different. It's kind of wild to think about, right? A game so beloved, so influential, might just be too controversial in today's world. What a tragedy. Now, I'm sure if you're like me, you're looking forward to GTA 6, and God, that's gonna be a long year. But what if I said it's going to kill the gaming industry? If you wanna know why, then click here to watch.